everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How is everyone doing? Hope you are well. We have been given 3 new unique equipment ones, and that's what we're going to have a look at today for the Grand Blue Fantasy character collab, Vikala, Warlock Djeeta, and this Alchemist Karin. As you can see here, also their story event Collect with Blue is returning on the 16th. This is where you can get Alchemist Karin if you don't have her, and you can get shards for her as well. So I will say again, don't rush putting DAs into Karin to put this unique equipment on her, and get the shards for her from this story event. So as we're talking about Karin, we will go and have a look at her first, at her unique equipment, and see if it's a good buff or not. Is she any good now you've been given a unique equipment? But then, anyway, Karin. She was an okay support character on a dark team. She sits at position 570, which is important. Take note of that. We will quickly just go over what else she did, just to get a bit of a summary of the character. Union based, physical and magical attack buffs to allies in front of her. This is why her position is important. It's only characters in front of her that are getting her buffs. So somebody on the dark team like Princess Carol, who sits behind her, not getting any buffs. She also restores hit points over time on this Union burst. Her skill 2 restores hit points and raises magical and physical defense gain of all allies in front of her. But this is what we are interested in today, her unique equipment and the buff it's given to her skill 1. Now her unique equipment is the potion bottle, and it gives her hit points, magical defense and physical defense stats if you level it up, and a very minor buff to her skill 1. So let's have a look at her skill 1. Here is her skill 1 with the unique equipment on it. Before this skill 1, the Miserable Mist, which is quite a fitting name, reduced both physical and magical attack and defense of all enemy targets. With the unique equipment, the defense lowering has increased from 153 to 183, and she also lowers enemies' action speed to 90% of its original speed, which doesn't work on bosses, so there's even less scope to use this character. So it's not much of a buff that she's been given. Action speed lowering, I mean, this is clutching at straws, could maybe help with the deep quest, the stages 1 to 9. But there is probably better characters for this anyway. I don't see this Alchemist Karin jumping up and being used a lot after this unique equipment, which for her is a little sad. Anyway, let's move on then quickly and look at the other 2 characters who have got a returning banner. So here we are, the returning banner for Warlock Djeeta and Vikala. It's here until the 15th. It is a prize gotcha running alongside the Spring Kyoka banner. When both of them go on the 15th, I suspect we will be getting the Spring Suzume. It's a little bit annoying for me. If my summons had been going better over the last few months, I would have summoned for Warlock Djeeta. It's painful to not have her, but at the moment, so close to the summer units, I cannot afford to spend any jewels. I'm going to have to prioritise them, I think, which is a little unfortunate. Anyway, all of you that do have Warlock Djeeta, then you should be pretty happy. But we're going to have a look at Vikala first. Vikala here, she wasn't used much until the last clan battle, where she did find a spot there against the Minotaur boss, the 5th one that we did have. She was a medium to low damage supporting character. We'll have a quick look again at her other skills just to get an overview. Skill 2, which is the first action that she does perform, raises physical attack and crit rate of allies within 195 range, and deploys a field at 305 range that restores hit points per second, and this activates parts of her Union burst and her skill 1. So when we're talking about a field up, it's the skill 2 field here that we're talking about. Union burst deals physical damage, gives her a 4-second invulnerability, and if this skill 2 field is up, 12.2k physical attack buff to allies within 195 range. But what we are interested in is her skill 1 and her unique equipment. Now this is her unique equipment, which is the Dormouse, which gives her hit points, magical defense and physical defense stats if you level it up, and it will also boost the skill 1. So let's have a look at her skill 1, which is here. Quite a big skill 1. She was doing quite a bit before she had this unique equipment on her. Her skill 1 restored TPs to allies within 195 range. More TP if this skill 2 field was up. 100 over the 50 if it wasn't. If the field was up, then she raises TP boost of allies in 195 range as well. And physical attack and crit damage of all allies in range was also increased. With the unique equipment, as you can see here, the TP restore is now 60 or 120 over what it was before, which was 50 or 100. And the physical attack and the crit buffs increase too if the field is up. 18,300 to the physical attack and 15 to the crit boost if the field is up. So she has been given a decent little buff here with her unique equipment. Not really bad one at all there. So what would I say is Vikala, she sits at position 267. So with her 195 range, that makes 462. Riri, another dark physical character, sits at 464. So 2 places out of range. Do the devs do this on purpose? I don't know. Anyway, there are a lot of other options though. At the front on dark physical, one of the Ultimatum girls makes it Korea, Commander Makoto and Eriko are there, Shinobu, Phantom Thief Inori, 6-star Makoto. All of these characters are options on a physical dark team, so there's plenty of them there. Tamaki too, I guess. She was used in the last clan battle, and her unique equipment has given her the things that she needs to improve. Therefore, the buffs to her supports, and it gives her defensive stats too from the unique equipment, which is going to keep her alive a little bit better. She was squishy before. Is she using the support that the dark physical needed? Well, the unique equipment is decent. I wouldn't be surprised to see her used a bit more now as well with this, but dark physical is quite strong, so it's just another good option, I would say, for the dark physical team. Okay, so let's move on then to Warlock Djeeta. Hey, Warlock Djeeta. She was and still is a very good unit that is used a lot of the time. A decent magical damage dealer with team support. Quickly, we will have a look over the rest of her kit to get an overview of the character. Her union based raises her magical attack, deals decent magical damage and lays down a mark. This mark is important to note for other skills. Her skill 2 raises magical attack, crit rate and crit damage of all allies, which is boosted if this union based mark is active. Also restores 75 TP to allies. But today what we are interested in is her unique equipment, and this is her unique equipment here, the Demon Shaft. Sounds painful. It gives her hit points and magical attack if you level this one up. Something that this Warlock Djeeta was maybe a little bit squishy, so the hit points could be handy there. Also boosts her skill 1, so let's go over and have a look at her skill 1 here. Her skill 1, Black Haze. Before a unit equipment deploys a field of a radius of 400 at the nearest enemy target, that does damage per second. Is she going to be debuffed with this anemone debuff that is coming in a few days? Because of it's another damage over time skill, so it probably will be affected by whatever the devs do to bring it under some kind of a damage cap. I don't know, we will see. Hopefully it makes no difference. Anyway, it also reduces magical attack and defense of the enemy. With this unique equipment, damage and the magical attack and defense debuffs are increased a bit if she has this mark on from her Union vest. Basically, she's getting about a double damage, double magical attack debuff, and about a fifth more magical defense down, which is altogether pretty good on a character that was already very good. So this Warlock Djeeta, good buffs, making a good character even better. The unique equipment makes her a bit tankier, which, like I said, was a problem for her. She could have been sniped out a little bit squishy, so this, if you level up the unique equipment, will help with that a little bit. Don't expect though the damage to explode. It will be a moderate increase. She's not going to become the new major DPS for Dark Team, but it will be nice, and it will be better than it was before. Definitely nice to see. So let me know what you think of these 3 characters with their unique equipments. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tokkuri Yashi. I'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey hey.